But speaking about the possibility of a right wing, a right wing violence, we, there has been discussion on the left lately about how seriously should we or shouldn't we take the the events on January 6th. And like the whole idea of, oh well, they didn't really, they were incompetent and they were stupid, and they were it was all just, they wouldn't really have gotten a coup even if they had killed some politicians, which they didn't. Even if they did, like they would, like would Trump really have been installed as a dictator? The military wasn't didn't get involved. Blah 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 blah. I was just talking to Mac yesterday for a live interview. Go check that out. He's the host of the You Don't Know History podcast. He's also a U.S. Veteran, combat veteran, and his point was like, okay, so the U.S. military, like as an institution, wasn't involved, but U.S. military members were involved in January 6th. Several members of the attack were veterans, but one was a State Department employee, a Trump-appointed State Department employee with connections to the Argentinian like right-wing dictatorship. I have a video about that. But an interesting that Mac said about the threat of fascism in the United States is he says he doesn't think, as a veteran, he doesn't think that would primarily come from the military, that it would come from a acquiescence to, or kind of nudge nudge, wink wink, grin grin alliance between far right militias and domestic police forces, because that's a big part of how I mean, that's how a lot of people got disappeared in South America, in Indonesia, and elsewhere, was by police. And we all saw how Trump mobilized federal police in Portland and in Washington. But now we have a really interesting case. Check this out. Former Orange County police chief and 5 others indicted on Capitol riot conspiracy charges. So we all knew there were several cops involved on January 6th, but now we have a police chief. That's the guy. Alan Hostetter clings to a fence at the Pier Bowl parking lot on May 21st, 2020, as part of a San Clemente rally. So that's him in 2020. Boy, he's grown out quite a bit since his his police chief days. But then he was also at the Capitol. 2 Orange County extremists, a former police chief and his partner in organizing Stop the Steal rallies, have been indicted along with members of the 3 Percenters militia for their roles in the January 6th Capitol insurrection. Alan Hostetter, a former chief of the La Habra Police Department, faces charges along with fellow Californians Russell Taylor, Eric Scott Warner, Felipe Antonio Tony Martinez, Derek Kinnison, and Ronald Melee on multiple counts. Though all are charged with being in restricted areas of the Capitol, Warner, a registered nurse, is the sole indictee to be accused of entering the building via a broken window. Kinnison and Warner are charged with destroying evidence, while Taylor also faces a weapons count for carrying a knife with a blade longer than 3 inches. Interesting. The grand jury indictment unsealed Thursday alleges the men conspired on social media prior to the riot, including on a Telegram channel dubbed California Patriots. Answer the call January 6th and via text messages, creating travel plans that included discussion of bringing weapons to the Capitol. On the day of the riot, they breached off-limits area of the Capitol and encouraged others to do so as well, posting videos and pictures as they went. The indictment says they also deleted a bunch of those posts. Imagine that. I don't know what, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Think before you post, people. Think before you post. Let's see. See. Members of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers have already been charged with conspiracy, but the indictment of the 6 California men is the first time multiple members or associates of the 3 Percenters have faced that criminal accusation. There were new charges against the guy who stole stuff from Pelosi's office. Let's see. Kinnison, Melee, Warner, and Martinez. Oh, I see. Yeah. In the Hofstadter case, prosecutors allege that as early as November, the six men were communicating on social media platforms, including Telegram, about their anger over the results of the presidential election. Kinnison, Melee, Warner, and Martinez allegedly joined a chat started by Taylor in January, introducing themselves as, quote, part of SoCal 3%, a reference to the anti-government militia known for attracting military and law enforcement members. Taylor, according to the court documents, described the Telegram channel as serving the communication point for militants traveling to the Capitol. As their trip grew closer, the men posted about bringing shotguns, radios with earpieces, and ammunition. On December. So, guys, this is December 29th. This is still in 2020. Prosecutors allege Taylor wrote on Telegram that, quote, I personally want to be on the front steps and be one of the first ones to breach the doors. The idea that the Capitol Police just didn't know about this is total bullshit. And the idea that nobody could have seen this coming. And the idea that, again, people who should know fucking better on the left are making excuses saying, whatever, it was a riot, people got out of hand. You had militants, right-wing militants, militia types, planning exactly what was going to happen days in advance. The same day Taylor texted Hofstadter, That same day, Taylor texted Hofstadter to ask if he was bringing firearms, according to the indictment. This is pretty funny, guys. Hofstadter allegedly replied, "No, never," all caps. And then in ellipses, Instagram now monitors all text messages. This has been a public service announcement. Hofstadter then texted 3 emojis of faces laughing with tears coming out of their eyes, the court documents allege. Oh yeah, so you can tell he's got that law enforcement experience, guys. He knows he's trying to watch out for y'all. Let's see. Hofstadter, this is the police chief, is visible in videos with his bullhorn. Social media pictures showed Hofstadter and Taylor grinning from one of the terraces while the Capitol was under siege. Let's see. I want to get to the part where we learn a little more about his time as a... Wow. Hofstadter was surrendered in Santa Ana and was arraigned and released on $20,000 bail Thursday. He did not enter a plea, but was ordered to appear via Zoom for a June 14th hearing. That's, what is that, Monday or Tuesday? Let's see. Let's learn more. Hofstadter is also facing misdemeanor charges in Orange County for a May 2020 attempt to dismantle a fence limiting beach parking during a San Clemente protest over coronavirus restrictions. So he's an anti-lockdown guy. He was accused of resisting arrest, trespass, and refusal to disperse when ordered. Pleaded not guilty. The case is still set for trial this fall. This is interesting. The indictments of Hofstadter and Taylor are the latest chapter in the turbulent transformation of a ponytailed yoga instructor and a print shop operator into suburban radicals. God, suburban radicals. Hofstadter found a second life in the New Age industry after leaving law enforcement. And the New Age industry, guys. If you're wondering why so many yoga people have gotten into QAnon, I guess we see a little bit of this. He was sworn in as chief of the La Habra Police Department in January 2010, but by May of that year, he was out on medical leave, and by August had taken a disability retirement, citing mental health reasons, according to documents released to the Times under a Public Records Act request. Taylor is a Trek entrepreneur who called his red Corvette the Patriot Missile and formed a community group that policed local Black Lives Matter events, claiming they were protecting their neighborhood. Wow. They were organizers and stopped the steel rallies in California, planned the trip. So there you go. I mean, there's more to the story, but so he posted on Facebook, "The FBI is fully weaponized against patriots." He said in a message were posted to Facebook, "I never went into the Capitol. No violence or damage to property. All this for waving a flag and singing the national anthem." Oh, he's just a patriot, you guys. He's just a patriot. But his lawyer is being a little more... he wants to win the case. Russ Taylor is a normal person who got... Oh, this is Taylor's lawyer. Russ Taylor is a very normal person who got very emotionally wrapped up in his belief in those freedoms that made America the America he believes in. What happened, Taylor's lawyer said, is a cautionary tale of when there's too much political noise that one can't see clearly. Oh, he's just caught up in the moment, man. He's just, and guys, if you don't think 3%ers are around you nearby, this is the thing. As a Californian, I try to I want to educate the rest of the country that California is more than just the Bay Area and Hollywood. And keep in mind, this guy is in LA Valley, right? He's in the greater LA areas from OC. But here in my town, I did reporting a few weeks ago about our police militarization. We had a anti-police violence rally, and our Santa Maria Police Department showed up with sniper rifles on the roof of the mall. There it is from you can see a little bit farther away, they were pretty clear why they were out there. But there was also counter demonstrators, right-wing counter protesters, and here's one of them. A guy wearing a 3%er militia shirt right here on corner of right in front of City Hall in the mall here in Santa Maria, California, my hometown. So I've seen 3%er militia stickers in the backs of trucks. I've seen Oath Keepers out here. Thanks to Kovac Photo for this photo, by the way. He took these. Contributed these to the website. This is my website, guys. This is politicalpayne.com. Again, I'm an independent journalist. Whoa, that's the little, you guys are seeing behind the curtain there. Sorry about that. This is my website. I'm an independent journalist. If you're just joining the stream, I do, it's a blog. I mean, it's nothing fancy. I do some original reporting here like this. No one else in my area reported on the fact that our police department had snipers on the roof of the mall. And here's what I did about Indigenous farm workers organizing. If you didn't think that there could be right-wing militia types in our area, well, don't think again. There they are right there. Check out my website if you haven't. Read some of my stories. Here's some more of these guys. They just came to intimidate, there was like 6, left-wing protesters, and I think there was like more than a dozen of these right-wingers who came out. You can also donate, of course. You can donate to Political Payne. I'm an independent journalist. I'm not even monetized here on YouTube yet. If you haven't yet subscribed on YouTube, please do that. I would like to get closer to monetization one day. One day, maybe. Maybe one day. My monetization will come. But hey, this is independent journalism. I do it because I believe in it, because the left has very little to no at all institutional power or media power or any of that. We just have to fend for ourselves here and do, all on our own. You can see here I'm a mess. Jeez, look at my hair. I need a haircut and everything. But having a good time here. Sun Green here had a sweet comment. Great show, Joe Payne. Good vibes. Thank you very much, Sun Green. I appreciate you being here. Tribinus says, wild how gross the word patriot has become. You're darn right about that.